Hello and welcome. I am Ollie Juno and this is my crafty corner. Today we are doing a stitch with me. I am stitching on my Kitten and the Rose by Cindy Nelson. It is a Heaven and Earth design. I am stitching it on 25 count, 1/1 full cross. I've not used this, not stitched on this one in a while. And I've not used it as a stitch with me in a while that I can remember. A month or so. I don't know, I'd have to look. I don't think I've used it recently. Alright, so I left it kind of far out so we could kind of see where I'm at. I'm on the forehead, not too far above the eyes. So we're getting close to being done with this edge. Like I said, I would love to have this edge finished by the end of the year, but we will see. Alright, so I am going to go ahead and scroll in closer to the where I'm working at. Give me just a second. The camera's gotten shifted just a little bit. Alright, I think we should be good there. Alright. Go ahead and minimize that so we got more of that screen. Alright, so let's see. I am converting this one from my diagonal stitch to the Royal Rose method. So that's why it looks a little, weird. I have been enjoying the Royal Rose method. Not all my projects are that way, but I do have a few. Let's see. Sorry, I was watching a show and I'm a little sniffly and probably a little blotchy because unfortunately I am one of those people where if it has an extremely sad moment I cry, if it has an extremely happy moment I cry. Same thing with books. I can't read a sad book without crying. I can't listen to a sad book without crying if it's got happy or sad parts. It's worse when it's sad. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter whether it's happy or sad. Because and I mean, not just tears rolling down my face. I'm talking a sobbing, trying to catch your breath type crying. Just a second here. I need a needle because this is, I have a loop knot. The easiest way I have found to get rid of these is to take my needle. If I can get it from the back up, I will, but sometimes I grab an extra needle, then I just grab it and I pull it from the back. So like the thread is coming up here, I grab it here and I pull back this way and it normally undoes that knot. I'm gonna put that back on the project I pulled it off of. Yeah, so that's how I do knots. But yeah, like I was saying, as I will start, the sobbing, very upset crying, can't catch my breath, have to either turn the show off for a few minutes or quit reading the book or listening to the book to get myself composed again. Now, I will say if it is, because I do tend to rewatch and reread a lot, if it is something that I have read before, well, multiple times, not, like if I know the story and know exactly what's going to happen, a lot of times I can go without crying because I'm prepared for it. Doesn't always work, but sometimes. Alright, how am I going to go about this? We're going to go here. I'm going to try to keep my fingers out of the way today. Alright, so for right now, we're going to just do half stitches because I'm going to go back up because there's not that many right here. But yeah, I have to watch, like, when I'm at work, we can listen to books and whatnot, and when we're not on an active call. So I have to watch which books I take to work with me when we actually had to go in the office, because they didn't understand why I was sitting there bawling my eyes out trying to listen to a story. Let me know if the music is too loud. I know I've had a couple of videos where the music has been a little loud. I know a lot of people don't really care if there's music, would actually prefer not to have it. But I have to have something in the background. I'm not any good stitching when there's no volume. I'm sorry for bumping that. When there's no anything in the background. I don't stitch well in quiet. I don't do anything well in the quiet, put it that way. Like when I'm working, I normally try to have a video playing, or if I'm at the office, I will have my earbuds in with music playing. I have to have some kind of noise going on. I don't do well in pure silence, except for if I'm trying to go to sleep. If I'm trying to go to sleep, and then even then, we have a fan in the background 90% of the time. Or the portable air conditioner. We bought that this year. Because of how hot it gets upstairs. So I normally have a hum of something in the background, or music, or a video playing, audiobooks, that type of thing. I heard somebody mention recently that they started using Alexa to listen to books, but they had a problem because the voice is very robotic. Luckily for me, I'm not listening to the voice that's speaking. I'm just listening to the words, because I tend to take the words that I'm hearing, or like even when I'm reading it, I put, to me, when I'm reading a book, I see the book in my head. Like, I see details. I don't just read the words. I actually see the details and imagine the details, and like I see the scenario in my head. Been that way for years. So I decided to give the Alexa app a try. Worked great. I was able to get halfway through one of my books on my Kindle Unlimited program. Then it started looping. And after researching, it's not something that is fixable, or at least nobody's found the fix for it. And oh, excuse me, sorry. And so I'm just sitting there like, I can't do that. And I'd always sit there and do it, you know, when you're at a good part of the book, and then you get it fixed, and then a few minutes later it'll do it again. And I was like, no, figure something else out. So I did some more research, and I found that on iPhones we have a setting in the phone for speech content, which will read the page to you. Kind of like what the Alexa app was doing. You just gotta go in and you just gotta set it up. So I did that yesterday. Went into the settings and I turned it on, and I am one super happy person. Now, it is kind of robotic. It is not, you know, there is no inflection on the words. And when they're switching, when it's going to the next page, there is a pause in the word while the page is flipping. But it doesn't really bother me. I don't know. I can just proceed. But it's like, it'd be basically like time change. You know, it's just, there was a pause in the word while it refocused. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I said, for me it works because I don't care that it sounds a bit robotic. It's not an issue for me. I can easily tone out the robotic sound because I'm listening at the word that's being said and putting it into the story in my head. But it makes it so that a lot of my Kindle books that I get from Kindle Unlimited I can read, because I think I've mentioned this before. When I start reading on my Kindle, that is one of the few things where I don't want to stop reading it. I start reading the book and I want to finish what I'm reading. And then I don't get, you know, I'll sit there for 4 or 5 hours reading and I'm like, I didn't get anything accomplished today. You know, I will want to stitch, but I want to finish what I'm reading because the story, it's just like I want to finish this story. So this actually works out really well, because now I don't have to, I can, you know, I can read my Kindle and still get something accomplished, because I will do it when I'm reading or knitting now, because I've started knitting recently. I knit more during work hours than I do on off hours, but still. Where am I? Okay, give me just a second. I'm getting a new color, and then I'll show you how I end this color. do my ending stitch, and then I'll show you how I start with full cross. Just getting everything ready. Alright, so for my ending stitch on 1/1 full cross, it's a lot like, if you've seen it before, it's a lot like my, it's the same thing for my full 10 stitch, but to me it's easier to hide. So I come up the bottom right hand, bottom left corner, and then we'll go back down. So that creates a loop. And then I go up the top right corner, and I go through the loop. Come on. I go through the loop that I created, and then I pull it taut, and I take it back under. Now, if I come back up this hole and pull up tight, it will pull that loop back through. But the way I tend to do it, like especially when I'm on full crosses, I go in the other side. And then I just go down directly underneath the middle of the stitch. There we go. And now it is tacked down and it is done. Put that up there, throw my thread away. Alrighty. And so now it is time to do my next color. So on full crosses, I can do the loop start method, but most of the times I don't. Most of the times I do, I think it's the waist start one. I don't know exactly what it's called. So like I'm going to come right here, and I'm going to go to here. So I'm a few stitches away from where I'm going to be starting. And then I'm going to go up. I'm going to pull to where I just have just a hair of thread still showing through. And then I'm just going to complete my X. I go down and then I come back up. And then I just kind of pull it, but I don't pull tight. I just kind of like make sure that it's all the way pulled, all the loose thread where there's none up underneath behind it. Because if we pull too hard, you will pull it all the way out. So let's do that again. There we go. And now I'm going to go back down. And now I have a solid stitch. It's not going anywhere because it has crisscrossed over it. And we'll go here, and then I will make sure that this little strand of thread right here gets pulled down back behind it. And that's what I do to start on a full cross. Because it covers the X completely. So yeah, I plan on doing a couple of more short videos that will walk through exactly how I do those too, like I did with my ending thread on 10th stitch. I'm going to show how I start on tent and how I start on full coverage, and an ending for full cross as well. All right. I really don't remember what I was talking about before I started talking about this. I know it was something to do with books. So yeah, I don't know where I was going or what conversation I was having. I have completely lost my train of thought when it comes to what I was talking about. Okay, so let's start a new topic, I guess. Let's see. I don't think I have too much more on the book topic. I know I already talked about how I've started listening to them now. It really makes all the difference to me on how well, I guess my point of view on it is I spend the money on the Kindle Unlimited. I want to use the program just like the audiobooks. You know, I spend the credits on them. I want to make sure I listen to them, which I have quite a few audiobooks I need to actually listen to too, but I've been listening to more of my audiobooks than I have my Kindle books, unlimited books, so yeah. Alright, there we go. That one is done. Time for the next color. I do not normally work so many squares at a time. I'm only working this right here to get into the right count. I could have just started here and done there, but I don't know, I wanted to solid up in one go round. So, I know a lot of it is going to be the same color once I finish the small little ones right here at the end. So, 317. Is that 317? Yeah. I need to rewrite on my thing here. My numbers are kind of rubbing off on me. I didn't use a very good marker. Cat at my foot. Hey, Reese. Aries has been in kind of a attacky mood with the two other younger kittens we have. She's not been too happy since we've got them a couple months ago. She doesn't attack them like she used to, but she still is in aggressive mode with them, so I don't normally say anything as long as she doesn't actually pen them in a corner or anything like that. I do tell her to quit being a bitch. But she has good days, she has bad days. Some days she'll tolerate them. A little more with the one we call Ritzy, which is our black tuxedo kitty. The one we call Aries, Aries is the one that's attacking. The one that we call Reese's is the one who she seems to attack the most. But she is the smaller of everybody. So, but for the first time in I don't know when, I actually got a picture of Aries and Reese's laying near each other. They were both on my desk. I think Aries knew better because she knew if she tried to attack Reese's on my desk, I'd come after her because, you know, can't take the chance of them knocking my computer over and breaking it. But today her mood has been attack anybody but Simon. Simon is her brother and has been with her since we brought them home. But Ritzy fights back, so she doesn't really get anywhere with that. She'll hiss at her, and Ritzy hisses back, and they both swat at each other, and then they just kind of both turn around and go their different ways. So, but one day they'll be comfortable with one another, maybe. We'll see. Would you hopefully I'll know. I put in for a new position at work. I think I've mentioned this a time or two. It's for a lead L2 spot. Basically, it's a upgraded position where I'll be watching over the other L1s, making sure if they have any issues, I help them with it, or if they're in the wrong status, I reach out to find out what's going on. It's basically a management position without being a management position, because you are doing manager type work even though you are not a manager. What is this? It says that's that one. How am I missing one? I don't understand. Was I too sleepy last night or what? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do that one. Not quite sure how I have this one way down here. Oops. I unhooked it. But I didn't do that one stitch right there. Alright. Go back here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, fix that still. Alright, so my next color is the number 9. So I'm going to actually grab that lone 9 right there, because I don't see the sense in not. Alright, so 414. Because it's just a ninja stitch, and I'd have to start one thread for it, and I'm not doing that. Sorry for bumping the camera, guys. So yeah, hopefully I hear something back on the L2 position. We were supposed to have known something on Friday, but I don't think they got everything situated just yet. I think they're just still kind of trying to figure out who they want, because they said they had a lot of people apply for the position. So I did do a second interview for it, so I don't know. Hopefully they let us know something this week. Oh. Sorry. Just a minute. Let me let my husband know I'm filming. Okay, sorry about that. We should be good now. Just needed to let him know. He was needing some ice and root beer. He's upstairs, everything is down here, so normally he just lets me know when he's out or getting close to being out so I can run it up to him if I don't have anything going on. I don't mind. It's a good exercise. And it's only every few hours, so. And it's harder for him to go up and down the stairs. Alrighty. And then see if I can keep from bumping this. This is very shaky today and I don't like it. I've changed the way I've been stitching, what's been holding my stitchy stuff. I've been using one of my lap stand adapters to hold it in place. I saw somebody on one of the, I'm in a Facebook group for cross stitching stands, so they show all new stands, review of stands, stuff like that. And they showed a stand where they had the, I don't remember the name of the stand. It's one I have, but I wasn't using because I couldn't get it to sit right in my lap. It's a lap stand. So here, let me see if I can show you what I'm doing now. So I have a K creation stand that I use nowadays. So what I've been doing is I took my lap stand, that thing here that I can easily remove this up and off of, and I have this connected to it and at an angle so that I can work on it without having to clamp and unclamp my work. And I can leave this at a particular angle because the K creation stands are very picky. They've got a lot of knobs, and if your project is too heavy, it doesn't stay in the right place. It likes to move and shift. Sorry, let me go back down. Let me move that. Sorry guys, let me get this back in the right place. All right, I think we're good. So yeah, I'll quit messing with the screen. But I hate buying stands and not using them. It just didn't work out to where I could use it. So that was, you know, a problem I was having, was trying to get it to work correctly. It just wouldn't, I couldn't get it to lay right. I couldn't get the stand to adjust in a good position. And then normally when I would get it into a good position, I'd have to get up. And then it would get shifted and it'd be all over again. And so That's why I shifted from lap stands to desktop or to floor stands, because I, had a couple of failed attempts, and so far I have been in love with this. I will even switch it over to my work desk. You can see in the back picture on top that I have my very first floor stand over there. Didn't work out as well as I liked because it didn't get the right angle, it didn't get high enough. So, I was able to put it on the table and use it, but that was also back before I learned how to start and end my threads at the front. I was still flipping, so I invested in a Lowry stand. And I still love my Lowry stand. My Lowry stand is upstairs in my bedroom on the recliner chair up there for when I stitch and watch TV with my husband. When we happen to find a show we like to watch together. So yeah. And then I ran across I was needing more floor stands because I stitch in multiple places. I stitch at my desk chair, my work chair. I stitch here at my desk. And then I also have a recliner chair that I was using upstairs in my son's room for a little bit. Oh, sorry, excuse me. It used to be my computer room, but I moved my computer out of there. I have not used it since then, so I think I'm going to go ahead and pull it down here, the stand down here, to set up at my work desk. The one I use at my work desk, I normally take with me on the weekends when we go over to our friend's house, and I stitch over there while my husband plays plays board games with friends. So yeah, that one will leave that one free and open to use. Let's see. I am in the process of trying to get signed up so I can start taking accounting classes. So we'll see how that goes. I want to start accounting classes just to have basically a backup degree to fall back on. I'm still happy with my IT tech field. I don't want to get out of it just yet, but I have heard many of stories where you get burnout. It's exactly like, any other job out there, like warehouse work or whatever. You do it for so long and then you just get done with it and you're done. I have taken accounting classes before. I've mentioned this before. If you've heard this story, I apologize for repeating it. But while I was taking the accounting classes, I was dealing with my mother-in-law. She had a tumor and she had surgery, so I missed a lot of classes, missed a lot of homework. But the teacher still stated that she told us when we first started the class that if you miss one class, it's like missing over 2 weeks worth of work because it's so cram packed with stuff. But I I didn't have a problem understanding what was going on with the accounting class. It was just basic accounting. It wasn't advanced or anything like that. It was just the main basic course. But we were learning payroll things, we were learning depreciation, and I really was enjoying it. So, I mean, that was back in 2010. So it's been 11, 12 years since I've done anything with accounting. So I do want to get back into it and go ahead and get the degree for it, whether I actually do something with it or not. I know there's a lot of different types of accounting classes that you can get into. I actually want to try to plan a day where I can go talk to an advisor to figure out what would be my best course of action, because I don't really have any major plans for accounting. I just know that I want to start getting a degree in the accounting field, and to see what field I prefer, because there's so many different courses for accounting. So that's where I'm at the moment. But I just got my acceptance from the college, and I just got my email for the college and all that stuff. So now it's time to set up to see if I can get into the courses and whatnot. So we'll see. Also dealing with SSI benefits for everybody. My husband and my oldest daughter, or oldest kid, sorry, they don't like to be referred as daughter. They don't want to be referred as a she in any way, so I try. But they sent us a bunch of paperwork to fill out for that. I have to fill out the paperwork for my son again, just so that they can verify, yes, he still qualifies as disabled, and he still qualifies to stay on the SSI, which nothing has changed, so I ain't got no worries there. I will say the online school is doing much better. Now that they've got him in the right class, he is actually, not minding school. Before school started, he was on a very, very bad sleep schedule. He was staying up till 5 to 6 in the morning and not going to sleep. He was going to sleep around 5 or 6 in the morning. Excuse me, my allergies and the crying fit I had earlier by watching the sad show. All right, but yeah, he's gotten on his schedule. Like, I told him to make sure that he was in bed by 2. And he, like, a few days into the school day, he was like, I've decided I'm going to lay down at 1 so that, because it just makes it easier to get up in the morning if I lay down at 1. So I told him that was all good. I had no problem with him going to bed earlier. I just knew that as long as he was in bed by 2, he would normally fall asleep with enough time to wake up the next day and be functional. If he went to sleep too much later than 2, he just was not very functional. I could get him up, but he would basically just lay his head down and try to sleep during class. So that wouldn't work. His teacher is really good with him. She's really good with all her students. She's very cheery. She doesn't make him participate in the class because he's not very good at that. But when he does participate, you know, she's super ecstatic and happy. And she is obsessed with cats, even though she's severely allergic to them. So when he like starts getting into the, you know, he'll show our cats all the time. And she, like the first time he showed one of the cats, she was just like, "Kitty!" And it was really cool, really cute listening to her. And then like they have an exit ticket that they do at the end of their classes, and you know, he didn't really know what to put because he pays attention, but when it comes to trying to answer the question on what he learned, he doesn't know what to put. And so she told him, she's like, Jaden, if you want, you can just put the name of your cat and you're good to go. She told me when we had our one-on-one meeting, she goes, yeah, you know, as long as he keeps showing the cat, I'll make sure to pass him. I know she's just playing, but it's still funny with to have a teacher just obsessed over cats. Because Jay is obsessed over the cats. He will pick them up and hold them continuously. I know, I'm pretty sure y'all have seen him a couple times in the video behind me holding the cats. I don't always film when he's awake or moving around, but he will pick the cats up and hold them. Basically, what is the best way to explain why he holds them? It's like he's got their head and chest here, and their butts here, and their bellies are sticking out. And they don't fight him. They just hang there kind of like, okay, just let me know when you're done. Well, speaking of the devil, hi, son. He just woke up. It's the weekend. I don't make him wake up early. But yeah, the cats just kind of hang there and just let him hold them. The newer ones fight him a little bit, but like Simon and Aries, they just kind of let him hold them. And they don't let anybody hold them for long. It's like anybody else pick them up and they're just kind of like a few minutes later they're wiggling to get down. They don't like a lot of pets. They don't like a lot of holding. But when he's got them, they're just kind of like, okay, gotcha. I know who you are. Just let me know when you're done. And then they just kind of look at us kind of like, Mom, help. Get him to let us down, please. So we just go and scratch their bellies. And they don't attack. They just kind of hang there waiting for Jay to put them down. Sometime today, as far as I know, we'll be going over gaming. So it's almost getting time for lunch. It's almost 1 o'clock. I don't know what to talk about now. this will probably be all that I stitch on this one today. Not sure what other project I will pull up. I know when we go over to the friend's house, I'll be taking a few projects with me. I'm also going to be taking my my knitting with me, or at least my one project. I went ahead and I finished one project, and I'm going to bind off the other one that I had been working on. I was working on a shawl, but I don't like, I want to start it again with bigger needles, and I don't have a long enough circular for it. I can start it on smaller ones, so it's probably what I'll do. But I also found I've actually, since I've started looking at, uh-oh, why is that locked? When did that lock? Hold on. My app messed up. Low battery. We're gonna do that. Sorry about that, guys. This is dead. I don't know why the camera cut off, why my battery sucked dry on it so bad, because it was not. It was at about 75% when I started. At least I think it was. I don't know. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to call it quits. Luckily, it only killed the stitching camera, not the main screen. Sorry for all the craziness. I think it died right there at the end anyway. I don't think it was frozen too much. I will double check. Might try to edit out part of that. All right, I want to say thank you for coming in. Thank you for watching my stitch with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope there wasn't a lot of distractions, and I'm sorry for the ending. I'll try to make sure my camera is charged better, or my phone is charged better next time. So I hope everybody has a great week and a great weekend, and happy stitching. Bye, everybody.